amigos, and welcome to AMHQ Weekend. It is Saturday, December 19th, 2015. I'm meteorologist Reynolds Wolf.
And I'm meteorologist Kait Parker. And here he is, the man of the hour, Dr. Greg Postel, joining us.
Busy day. The lake effect machine is kicking in gear. It's finally winter somewhere.
yeah, somewhere feels like December.
Here you go. Great Lakes wide open. You've got well, we talked about the snowfall in parts of Pennsylvania and New York. But look, Michigan's getting a touch of it back into the Tug Hill Plateau. Could see up to a foot of snowfall. And then the south opposite.
Way cooler. You've had this big cool down all across the Midwest, into the southern plains, and into the southeast. It is way colder than it was earlier this week, but it's actually just average.
Yeah.
It's not even like these are average temperatures. We just have been so far above average, it feels much colder.
Absolutely. And then finally, we're getting back to where we should be in terms of the moisture out towards the west. And the Sierra Nevada finally getting a bit more of the snow, but the snow in Michigan, that is causing problems, Kate.
It is indeed extremely dangerous with this cold snap. So that we just have this brief little, like whiplash, this little whip in the jet stream. Like if you were, doing a little whip, this is just a little one that's allowing some of this cold air to sneak down, but then it's going to quickly rebound, and we're going to see that snap back real quick. We're going to get the temperatures warming up out of the south. We've got plenty of moisture that'll also be involved with this. So you actually have humidity problems, like dew point problems in your forecast for your holiday week. It's just kind of mind-boggling, right? 9 degrees this morning in Minneapolis. This is the coldest you've felt so far this season. You'll notice DC just above freezing. Raleigh, though, colder than DC at 29 degrees. Atlanta's fallen to 29 as well right now. Along the Gulf Coast, you do have freeze warnings, so be aware of that. If you have to head out the door early this morning and your car's been parked outside all night, you might have some frost on the windshield. And you might also want to check on those plants. If you haven't covered them already, maybe go out and do it now. This afternoon, though, we do get temperatures that are decent. We're going to be 42 degrees in Louisville. If we're in Chicago, 31. Atlanta, 54. And while that might feel way, way colder than we have been, it's actually average for this time of year. And the same thing goes on tomorrow. We're just having a very average weekend.
Yeah, but what a whiplash, though.
Yeah.
Going from the whip.
If it was March or February of earlier this year, would you imagine that I would be telling you that Boston would not have a white Christmas? We're not going to see a white Christmas for all of New York State. And none of the Midwest getting in on the action either. The far northern plains, it's possible, it's likely that you'll see a white Christmas, and it's likely that you're going to have it out west. I mean, you've been getting slammed with snow out west, but that's it. In the west, you've got the white Christmas. In the southern plains, nope, not going to get it. Not going to get it in the southeast. And I hate to break it to you, but Florida does not look like a white Christmas this year, Reynolds. But this is our forecast going into this week. You definitely have showers. Travel is going to be tough. You know how so the Weather Channel headquarters are in Atlanta, and the traffic is already one of those things that you just like, right? That's the feeling you get on your steering wheel. That's going to be even worse this week as we add rain into the forecast, and we have people out on the roads trying to get to their grandma's house, trying to get to your brother's sister's house, whatever it may be. You've got lots of moisture that's pumping in. That jet stream retreats far enough back north that we even get some surface development, right, along that jet stream. So those lows are going to be the triggers for rain. And it's going to stay around. Look at what happens. On Monday, we've got showers right across the Midwest, stretching down the Mississippi River Valley, all the way to New Orleans. It's going to be wet. So if you're driving on I-10, you've got showers and thunderstorms in the forecast by Tuesday. I-20 from Atlanta, stretching all the way through Louisiana. You still have rain, and that goes right up 95 as well. You're going to have travel trouble up and down 95. Even for Wednesday, the 23rd, you've got a lot of rain in the east, so it's kind of a gloomy looking forecast. Even as we head into Christmas Eve, you got scattered showers and thunderstorms. Again, a mess for you in many of these spots, but at least temperatures are going to be really warm. Friday in Houston, Wednesday in Houston, 81 degrees. Friday, Christmas Day, 74 degrees.
All right, Kate, just gives you a little food for thought on just how massive those waves happen to be.
And you think about the guys that go out there and are fishing in that.
Tip the cap.
No, thank you.
I know.
No, thank you. Those are some brave men and women. Okay, let's talk about what's going on in the Pacific Northwest. It's been a tragic story. We have had one death from a mudslide, and unfortunately, it was because we had so much rain. Look at this. Some spots saw over a foot of rain in the last 7 days. That's a ton, right? And then you put it on these slopes, and that's exactly why you have so much rain, right? You get the mountains in here, and it squeezes out a lot of that moisture and from the atmosphere, and so you get those higher rain totals, especially closer to the coast. Now we transfer into snow once we get into the higher elevations in a lot of spots, right? And the Olympics and the Cascades, we have more snow in the forecast. Look at these showers that continue to move on shore. I know you don't want to see any raindrops falling from the sky with the flood issues and mudslide concerns that we have. Those continue in the west. You need to be aware of that. And just if you live in a vulnerable area, it might be a good idea to stay somewhere else for the next couple of days, because we still have a lot of rain in the forecast. Now those showers moving into central California and then heading up to the Sierra Nevada, we are getting a nice amount of snow. This little dip in the jet stream that has been the story that has played out over and over again so far this season, it continues. And then you see, look at this. This is into the middle part of this next week. We're going to have this very similar setup that just plows that moisture right into the Pacific Northwest. So today we've got showers mostly for central and southern California. Tomorrow you'll notice it's a little more action for the Pacific Northwest, and then widespread snow actually falling across the Cascades. So hey, if you are a ski resort, you're getting a good year for it, right? At least better than it has been recently. More rain in the forecast Monday, and then unfortunately on Tuesday as well. So those mudslide concerns, they stay high, Reynolds.
Well, gotta be careful out there. Certainly some scary times.